What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Simple Sports Hub, man, where we talk all things Washington Commanders football. I know. I said I was going to do a live, but your boy got behind on his schedule. So I still got to give y'all my take on this week 7 matchup. Commanders versus Cowboys. Yes, it is officially Cowboys week, man. Let's buckle up and talk about it. All right, man. Week 7, we here. I was supposed to go live and just talk about breaking down this game and what my expectations is, my who I expect to show up and show out for our Commanders. But things came up. Today is my beautiful baby girl birthday, so I got a little window to come down and record and give y'all my take for Week 7. As we face the Dallas Cowboys. And I know the hoopla, the hoople, the hype around the Dallas Cowboys versus the Washington Commanders. But before we get into all that, man, make sure y'all like, subscribe to the channel, man. And also, man, click that bell so you all can be notified when your boy drops any type of content, whether I go live, any shorts, or, just my regular long form content that I provide to you all. But let's get into it. Let's talk about it. Here go the injury report. It's a nice little list. It looked way worse yesterday. It was a lot of people on DNP for Wednesday walkthrough yesterday. But we got Dorrance Armstrong, DNP. Terry McLaurin is DNP. I know a lot of people are expecting Terry to play, but as you guys can see, we're 2 days away from game day, and he's a DNP, and he was limited yesterday. Chris Rodriguez, C-Rod was on 2 DNPs with a calf injury. Debo is 2 DNPs. Sam Cosmi had 2 back-to-back 4 days, Wednesday and today. Jayden Daniels knee, 2 back-to-back 4 days. Zach Ertz had a DNP with a shoulder injury and had a full day today. Jonathan Jones, who DQ talked about in his presser yesterday, alluded to him opening up the 21-day window for him to return back to practice and potentially getting back on the football field. I think he'll be a good help to our DB room. Just for rotational purposes and for special teams. Drake Jackson, who we just signed, Monday, Sunday, or whatever it was, just a couple of days ago. Drake Jackson was reported to sign with with our Commanders, but he's on the injury report already. We did not expect this. We thought that he was fully recovered. There was not a lot of news about Drake Jackson, even when he was doing his visits. Even when he visited us and ended up signing with us. But he had a DNP yesterday, and it was reported that he was being placed on injury reserve. So he will be out for the next 4 weeks. We won't see him for a couple of weeks. It would have been great to kind of have him on the roster and properly, being on the field, since we also pass rush by committee. But it is what it is. So let's get into. I'm not gonna do too much recapping about last on Monday night. Debacle we had against the Chicago Bears. We lost. We turned the ball over 3 times, and it was too many times to recover or keep the lead and win the game. I'll end by saying this: I would much rather a team beat us walking the ball down the field and potentially scoring 6 than having to kick a game-winning field goal to win by 1 point. I'd much rather get blown out by a team. And this is not me echoing any other content creator. This is just how I strongly feel. I'd rather hey, man, dog walk us. Belt to ass us. That's how I feel. No Diddy, no homo, no none of that. But I would much rather get beat by 30 or had them put up 40 on us, and we had no chance of hell in winning that game. I much rather had left that game by the 3rd quarter and got home and got into bed and got some rest. That's what I would much rather have had. But it was a nasty 1-point loss that we took. And all I can hope for, as I talk about going into this week playing against the Dallas Cowboys, is that, man, the up and down weeks, y'all. We win one, we lose one. We win one, we lose one. We win one, we lose one. And after every loss, there is a win. There is a win. Does that allude to us winning this game Sunday? Is the Dallas Cowboys going to walk into their home stadium and lay down and just say, hey, we're gonna give y'all this W because we playing for a top draft pick. We got 2 of them this year. We don't want to win this game. We're gonna try to make it look competitive, but we want y'all to beat us, which is what I heard on, some, people platforms. I'm not gonna mention their names because there's no need to be mentioned, because I feel as though if you are a fan, and the quickest thing that you can, allude to is that, hey man, we gave y'all W's last year, man. We weren't trying to win. That's a fucking cop out to me. So, it is what it is. You can go ahead and cop out. You can say that you gave us a W, or if y'all would have won, man, bro, y'all let us beat y'all. We weren't supposed to beat y'all. Woo. That's how we know y'all trash. It's always some way to down a victory that the Washington Commanders get week in and week out. Even last year, which we know was mostly, shot down as like we didn't play nobody. We played injured teams. We did this, we did that. And now that we're only 3-3, not 1-4, not 0-5, 0-5, 0-6. We're not 1-5. We don't have a losing record. We're at 500. We're still in the middle of the pack, and it's still kind of crazy that yes, we lost to some teams that people will probably point to and say we should have won. And throughout those games, yes, we probably shot ourselves in the foot more than than them just flat out beating us. I'm not going to take no credit away from those teams. They did what they were supposed to do. They showed up and showed out. So I'm going to give respect where respect is due, right? So as we get into this Dallas Cowboy week, everybody talk about this being a Super Bowl. This is the Washington Commanders Super Bowl. This is what everybody, all the Commanders, they only care about if they go 0-15 as long as they beat Dallas twice. That's all that matters. I'm here to say this. I'm not one of them fans. And if we talk about history, this ain't our Super Bowl. And if it was our Super Bowl, nigga, we got a fucking losing record because we rarely beat the Dallas Cowboys. Now, that is the old regime. This is the new regime. And right now, we 1-1 against them. Yeah, we lost to Cooper Rush. That was one of the comments one of these guys said, man, y'all let a backup beat y'all. Well, if we're going to call a spade, a backup beat y'all too. Marcus Mariota came in the game and got a W. Micah Parsons was playing his ass off. So was y'all really trying to give away that game, or was Micah Parsons? Micah Parsons was just trying to stat pad. He was just trying to pad his stats, bro. He didn't care about winning, bro. He was just trying to do him. So we can play that outlandish takes and make those outlandish excuses. But if y'all want to talk football, y'all in the right place. If y'all tuning into this video here as we break down Dallas versus Commanders, this is the place to be. I ain't the outlandish fan that's just gonna say outlandish shit to get views and clicks and to rowdy up or get our fan base hype. Nah, Slim, I ain't got to do that. I really ain't got to do that. I'm here to talk football. So offensively, man, what I expect to see from our offense, who is going against one of the worst defenses in the league right now, from a pass defense perspective, from a run stopping perspective. They just let a guy, Rico, who used to play for them, run for, put up 100 on their head. So I expect us to take the tape that they have been putting out there for the last 6 weeks and utilize that and try to replicate some of the success that some of these other teams have had and blend that in with how successful our offense is this week, has been this season. We still averaging around 24 points a game. I do expect this to probably be a potential high-scoring game if our offense don't shoot ourselves in the foot. And this is me speaking from a no-turnover-bound type of game, right? If there are no turnovers, right, there's no turnovers being committed, I expect us to put up a lot of points. I expect Jayden Daniels to answer to a lot of the hate that he's been receiving since losing and turning the ball over, Monday night against the Chicago Bears. That's not normally our quarterback. That's not normally our starter, right? He don't turn the ball over a lot, especially in game. He might have one, but you rarely see him have 2 turnovers in a game. Rarely. Not saying that it's never happened. It has happened last year. He had 2 turnovers in one game. But it could have been 3 because he lost that one fumble and he was able to fall back on it. So with that, it was a bad game. And he stood up in front of all the, beat writers, all the media, and he took ownership of his fuck up. The 2 turnovers, you can't have those. So for that, I commend him, and I applaud our young guy being able to step up at the pulpit. I mean, not at the pulpit. This ain't church, but to step up at the at the whatever you call it. Is it the pulpit or whatever? Step up to the media and step up to the mic and pretty much not take the two of a layer way out of it. You get what I'm saying? That's the whole different situation going over there in Miami. And that ain't us. But we are 3-3. Our offense is still putting up points, and that kind of alludes to us potentially, or everybody talking about is Terry coming back. A limited practice in the DNP, man, it definitely doesn't look like we will see him this Sunday against Dallas. I thought, and that kind of makes me feel like at this point, man, throw him on IR too, man. We might as well just go ahead and let him sit out the next 4 games. And if he cannot come back and play, his brand of football or give us what he's given us years prior, even though he's never had an injury, so this is probably kind of new to him, dealing with an injury and trying to fight back from an injury that is what we've been told, not too serious, but it is something that we have to watch out for. And you don't want to rush him back, right? So since we're not rushing him back, man, we might as well go ahead and throw him on IR. If he's not able to, this whole week by week, we don't know if he's going to play. Is he going to play? Is he going to be back? We don't know. Man, put the Bama on IR and let's, depend on Luke McCaffrey, Jalen Lane. I hate to even say his name. Chris Moore, chose like Robbie, put Robbie. Let's we got Jacory that we brought up. Let's depend on, guys like Debo Samuels and others who we may not even see. We don't know. He had 2 DNPs this week so far. So, we are very battered at receiver right now. And JD is still able to move the ball down the field, which we did against Chicago. He was still able to throw 3 touchdowns. So I'm not going to say it matters who. Yes, we want to be fully suited. We want, all of our star players to play. But it's next man up. JD is not over here crying and whining about not having the guys that, he's expected to have, to not having the star players. If we get Debo and we get him for a few plays and he's not playing majority of his snaps, normal snaps, that's cool too. Whatever he can give us, hey, we appreciate it. If not, next man up, Jayden Lane. Hey, let's go, Chris Moore. I know you inconsistent with your hands, but hey, I expect to see you come out there and still produce with the chances that you've been given. Zach Ertz, who had a good game last Monday night. But yeah, some of the young guys, Jacory Brooks, let's get him on the field. Let's see what he can do. I expect us to Jacory Brooks. I already know a lot of people are saying, man, the comments be crazy, bro. I'll join some people's lives and I'm just hearing the comments. Man, Jacory had 1 more game, bro. He got to go. His bum ass got to get the fuck out of here. And it's just like, bro, like, I know a lot of people talk about the game of football and they feel like they have a good, mindset when it comes to the game of football, but it definitely makes me question and wonder, like, damn, bro, do y'all really expect guys not to turn over the ball, guys not to fumble, guys not to make mistakes on the field? I understand the right then and now, frustration that you can have, or even after the game, but it's 24 hours. That game is over. We on to this week. I don't expect the young guy, Bill, to be perfect. So if his imperfection is him turning the ball over, back-to-back games, but he's learning from it, he's acknowledging it, and he's going to work to not allow it to happen. That's all I can ask for. Even when it comes to guys like veteran Matt Gay, who cannot continue the consistency that he had for the Falcons and the Chargers and come back and miss a field goal, which we desperately needed. Not desperately, but we needed that field goal. That field goal changes the game and changes the mentality of the defense to say, hey, Slim, we just got to get them off the field. We just got to let them not score. Not, oh, they're going to run the ball to get in the field goal range. And damn, we fucked the game over now. But anywho, I expect our offense. I expect us to continue to run the ball against Dallas defense. I know that they're getting guys back on the offensive side and the defensive side, but that doesn't change the way that they've been playing the brand of football for the last 6 weeks. Wilson is still in the back, is still playing safety. So I still expect us to attack downfield. As long as the pass protection is there, I think that we got I think that we have the withal to be able to still push the ball down the field to the guys that we have. Jalen Lane can stretch the field. Luke McCaffrey can stretch the field. I think that we still can do that. I think that we can still be effective at that. You know what I'm saying? This coming Sunday. 425. I think we can still move the ball down against their defense. I still do. With the run game, still give Ja'Cory his carries. I do expect him to get 100+ yards. That's what I expect. Now, if he don't go out there and do it, that's a whole nother question. That's post-game talk, right? But all right, now we're gonna talk about the defense. Dak Prescott, who's been playing phenomenal football. Javonte Williams, who's been running the football phenomenally. George Pickens, y'all already know how I feel about Georgia. There's a little bit of Georgia biasness in that. I know my man gonna show up and show out. Just because I've seen him do it Saturdays and do it with the Steelers, and he's doing it now. He's coming into his own with, and he seems to be building up good chemistry with Dak Prescott. But it's reports that CeeDee Lamb may be coming back, and we know we did pretty good from not allowing guys to beat us down the field Monday night. We didn't allow Rome Odunze to go off and have a big catch. We didn't allow DJ Moore to catch us with a big catch down the field. We kept them pretty much contained and kept everything in front of us, which you got to commend the defense to that, right? We started the game off pretty well. I know everybody's questioning Joe Witt play calling. I question it a little bit as well as a fan. Even to question how much Bobby Wagner is seeing the field. In certain situations, I think he should be taking the back seat and letting the young guys like a Jordan McGee. It was one content creator who came out there and said you cannot replace his veteranism, his mindset, his smartness. No, you cannot. You cannot replace it. But what you can do with that motherfucker is not put him in pass coverage, because Slim is susceptible to getting barbecue chicken. It's just he's not a pass coverage linebacker no more. I don't know why we got to keep revisiting this. We all see it. He cannot do it in pass coverage no more. That's not his specialty. He's a specialty type of linebacker, and that is run stopping and blitzing. So we're not having, if it's not a potential rundown, that's depending on the play call, right? But we got to start mixing in Jordan McGee. You know what I'm saying? I heard Joe Witt speak to it today, is that they wanted to see more, 3 running back personnel, but they stayed in a lot of 3 wide receiver sets, which you don't want to put a linebacker on, one of their young, receivers, Trey Hurst, Rome, and DJ Moore. You don't want to put a linebacker on them. So I understand it, but Joe, just for once, like, we're not saying completely bench fucking Bobby Wagner, but start to rotate some of these young guys with young legs that can run sideline to sideline, that can probably get in pass coverage, could kind of, take away some of those passing lanes from a zone coverage perspective. We just got to try it. We're not saying that, hey, he going to go out there and be successful at it, but let's give offenses different looks. Oh, shit. Bobby not in here? Oh, yeah, we're going to try a little rookie. And rookie might make a play, or he might not. But guess what? He can't do no worse than what Bobby Wagner and Frankie Louisville do in pass coverage. We know Frankie Louisville had a chance to get one yesterday, Monday. It touched his hands and he dropped it. And Joe Witt spoke to it. We had 3 opportunities, 1 on special team and 2 on defense. Mike Sanders still, tried to body catch one. Got to use your hands, son. And then, Frankie Louisville, it touched his hands. He just couldn't catch it. So start giving these young guys some chances in pass coverage, and they can help. And again, yes, Jordan McGee has missed, tackles from a run perspective, but he's young. Let him go out there. Let him make some of those mistakes. Shit, we making mistakes anyway with the veteran guys. Joe Witt said, "Nah, we don't look too slow." Shit, yes, we do. Jeremy Reeves, yeah, he hawked Bijan Robinson, but other than that, when guys are running through the zones, it looks like once they catch that motherfucker, if the kids catch that pass, y'all, I'm telling y'all right now, that might have been a big-ass game. That may have been detrimental to our defense, because it was only one person on that side of the field, and I think it was Marshawn. And it was a receiver that could have blocked for him. So, but from a defense perspective, man, I definitely want to see the young guys at linebacker get a little bit more put into the rotation on the defense. A couple of snaps here and there, put these guys in some zone, chances to see what they can do. Just give the fans a little bit of glimpse of hope of like, oh shit, like, all right, yeah, he can run style out the sideline. Like, yeah, he can show us something. Or hey, Slim, he needs some more work. I see why we're going with Bobby Wag. And this is not a slight to Bobby Wag. He is still a Hall of Fame linebacker without a doubt. Even before he got to us, he's still going to go down with 100 tackles this season. He probably break the record either this year or next year. I'm not sure if he needs this year to break it or next year to break the consecutive 100 season tackles, 100 tackles a season. But even Frankie Louvu, dropping him back in cover. These are guys that we need to be putting pressure on. Like, putting pressure on. Drop a safety down into the box to cover for them. Go single high safety. Something. We got to try some different shit, man. But going against, if they get CD back, we know they're going to try to get him the ball and open the space and let him do what he do. We got to be prepared to stop the run game. Yes, DeAndre Swift, who's a Georgia Bulldog as well, for some reason, when he plays against us, it's like he turns into a different fucking running back. I don't know why, but he does. We can't allow Javonte Williams to come and do that. We can't allow Javonte Williams to get going. We got to lock back in and find a way to not allow running backs to bounce it out to the edge and cook us on the edge. With edge runs, we got to do better. And Joe alluded to this, and we saw it. We got killed with screen games Monday night, and that's not something that has happened a lot this season. So we got to lock back in mentally. I think it is more mental than anything. Guys being, aggressive and flowing to the ball. I'm seeing a lot of guys let up because we feel like the cavalry has already got there. But no, bro, you gotta run until the whistle is blown. Run till the whistle is blown. Like, we should have been flowing to the ball, even though the ball was not thrown to the right side for DeAndre. It was thrown to the left side to DeAndre Swift. And we expected Quan Martin, who took ownership and said that he makes that tackle, very often, but he just missed that one. And it happens. I'm not going to jump off the wagon and say, oh, no, he's just horrible. He can't tackle. I'm not going to do that. That's not me. Because playing the game of football, you should just know that shit happens. Now, if it's repetitive, and he's been missing some tackles, so he's not been playing his best brand of football for us. But do I still got faith in him? I still got faith in this whole team, defense and offense and special teams. But I cannot sit here and say that we have been playing our best brand of football. It seems like we're still trying to stack good games in front of, like, get good games under our belt consecutively. And that means all three phases of the game, offense, defense, and special teams. We're trying to build and stack those games on top of one another. We just can't seem to do it. I think we're in our own way. We're in our own head. Hopefully the guys are in the locker room. I heard Javon Kinlaw, who's been playing stout football for us. And the mentality that he has, it just doesn't seem like it's being flowed through the rest of the team. I don't see us playing angry football at all. Like, at some point in time, you need some guys to kirk off on the sideline. You might need a fight. You might need niggas to get in each other's face. Like, Slim, we playing like ass, bruh. Fuck what the offense doing. Fuck what the defense doing. We fucking up ourselves. Start, not pointing the finger at one another, but holding each other accountable, yo. Like, we should not be playing this bad of football into week 6. Is it over? No, I'm just saying that the week 6 weeks of football, we have not been playing the best of our ability, offensively and defensively. If you had to point at something, it's probably special teams outside of kicking. So if we put that total, shit, that ain't even been great. So all three phases of football, we still have to get better. Yes, we still putting this thing together. Yes, we're only 3-3 doing it. Thank God we only 3-3, because if we was 1-5, if we had only won one game, shit, Slim, this fan base, I know how cruel our fan base is. Slim, they would have been saying get rid of AP, get rid of Dan Quinn, Joe Witt, Cliff Kingsbury, Jayden Daniels. They would have said get rid of the whole fucking regime. Fire the owner need to step down. We ain't playing. It showed almost glimpses of it. Some of these comments, some of these, some of this hurt that I heard being spewed out on social media, and some of these lives that I was sitting in and tuning into. It seems like some of the fan bases are there, because man, get rid of Ja'Cory, man. He got to go. Man, Jayden Daniels, he can't play like this again. Our whole defense suck. Like, Bobby Wagner need to retire. Like, y'all should have just, I know y'all probably seen some of this shit. I saw some of it too, and I understand the frustration about it. But, that I guess I got my frustration out on the post-game live that I did, right? I got my frustration out already. So I'm already looking forward to it. I expect our defense to have a much better game. We got to still do a better job at finishing the play, and that's from a tackling perspective. We got to finish, and we got to rally, y'all. We should have 3 to 4 guys in every play, every tackle. It shouldn't just be one person in the play. Nah, Slim, we got to rally. I'm talking about D-line, safeties, cornerbacks. Everybody need to be locked in, mentally prepared to hit. Hit whoever got the fucking ball. And whoever in the way, run through their bitch asses. That's the time that we need to be on mentally. Like, just be some dogs. We preaching dog mentality, but the dog ain't showing up on the fucking football field from a defensive perspective. It's just not. Ain't nobody knocking dicks in the dirt. Excuse my language, no Diddy. Outside of Jeremy Reeves, Frankie Louvu had one great-ass hit on Caleb Williams on the sideline. We have moments, but I'm talking about play in and play out, knocking niggas dick in the dirt, making them understand, hey, Slim, we ain't fucking around out here. We ain't fucking around at all. I need to see that type of defense. I need to see that type of angry. Like, give me a penalty. I don't give a fuck if it's a targeted penalty. I don't care. I ain't trying to hurt nobody, but we need to unleash a different mentality, Slim. And I don't know who that starts with. I don't know who can start the rally. I thought it was going to be Jeremy Reeves because he knocked dicks in the dirt. But shit, he even been missing tackles at points that he's been starting. Donnell Savage has been playing some good football. Has been shown that he's getting acclimated into the defense. He made a key little play on the screen pass, forced the ball back inside, and still was able to get inside to make the tackle on a second down and turned into like a 3rd and 3, 3rd and 2. But Trey Amos been playing good in pass coverage. Yes, he gives up passes, and that's another thing, bro. It's sad to see the fan base make it seem like, yo, we're not supposed to give up shit. We are going to have moments where teams walk the ball down the field. As long as we're not getting beat with big plays consecutively throughout a game, I can take deep offenses getting down the field, getting into field goal position, bend but not breaking mentality. Do I want that all the time? No. I want more turnovers. I want us to capitalize off of the bad mistakes like a Caleb Williams was making on Monday night with the 2 interceptions that we could have had. I want to see us punching the fucking football out. We don't see a lot of that. We see guys just trying to make tackles. Like, nah, still a motherfucking they face mask. I don't give a fuck if you knock a nigga out. I don't care. It's like, no, don't knock nobody out. But punch the ball out. Try to force a turnover. Shit. But that's what I mean by rallying to the football. You see teams like, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to give them their credit because they deserve it, right? The Eagles, they're punching the ball out when they're rallying. Like when it's 2 or 3 Eagles players there. And you see it throughout the league. It's not just the Eagles. But a lot of teams, when they rally to the football and there's 2 or 3 guys making contact with the player, they punching that bitch out. They trying to knock that bitch out their motherfucking hands. We need to do that. We need to have that type of mentality. I don't know if it's being taught by the coaches, by the defensive coaching staffs, but we need to go punch. Like we need to start trying to knock some niggas out. Seriously, by hits and by punching the ball out. But it is Dallas week. I mean, this is going to be an exciting game. A lot. Big bro is a Dallas fan. I got other brothers that's Dallas fans. So it's going to be good to pop their shit. It's going to be good for us to pop our shit. I expect it to be a good fight, man. I think I call this game 33-27 Commanders. We find a way to capitalize. We don't have that type of turnover infected game that we had Monday night. I think we leave that in Monday night, and we still move the ball down the field and score touchdowns. So I got us putting up 33. I got our defenses making key stops and holding them to 27 or under. I'm fuck it. I don't care. We do got to find ways to stop Jake Ferguson. We know that's his blanket. We know that's who he like to throw the ball to when ain't nothing there on the, behind the line, behind the defense. If ain't nothing there, that's who we like to go to. So we got to pray and hope that our linebackers and safeties and slot guys are tuned into him. But stand disciplined, not trying to make, a play, make the play. Make the play in front of you. Know your assignments. The communication continues to get better. We are more locked in as the weeks go on. I like us coming out with the victory, man. Y'all let me know. Share y'all thoughts in the comments, man. How y'all expect this game to turn out? Are y'all truly frustrated, which I know most of us are? I'm frustrated too because I hate this up and down shit. I did not expect us to have an up and down season. I expect us to go on a 2-3 game winning streak, maybe 4 game, maybe lose a couple, but then regain it and run away with it. Maybe that starts Sunday. Maybe it starts Sunday. We can start 1-0 again, and then we can just capitalize off of that 1-0 and continue to build upon it, man. Y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'm excited to be watching and tuning into this game. Hopefully y'all are. Chicago is over, fellas. Ladies and gentlemen, Chicago is over. We got Dallas Cowboys, and it's going to be a fucking dogfight. And a dogfight, I expect our Commanders to win. I'll catch y'all on the next one, baby. Raise hell. I'm up out of here.